In the beginning, there was only God. Beyond space, beyond time, God existed as pure being, complete and whole, a boundless presence of pure consciousness. God was timeless, infinite, and without any form or division. And within this divine essence, all potential lay dormant. Every possibility, every experience, every thought, each one a whisper in the vast silence that was God. Yet even in this infinite completeness, a seed of desire took great root, a curiosity to know itself in a new way. As the only reality, the only presence, God could not look outward for understanding. There was nowhere else to look, so the only way was inward, a kind of turning within that would set the cosmos in motion. God pondered a cosmic game, one that would let him experience himself not only as the whole, but as the many. This was the birth of the sacred game of hide and seek. Since God is all there is, he cannot truly create outside of himself. Any creation, any form, must come from within, for nothing exists beyond or apart from him. So God began to unfold himself into innumerable fragments, pieces of his own consciousness that would each hold within them a spark of divine essence. Each fragment would be a unique experience of him, yet each would be hidden, veiled from the memory of the whole, allowing for the illusion of separation. In this divine play, each fragment would travel through the vast realms of existence, forgetting its true nature. It would come to believe it was an individual, a separate being, experiencing joy, sorrow, birth, and death, bound by the illusion of time and space. Each one would wander through the worlds, searching for meaning, connection, love, a return to something it felt but could not fully remember. This was how God, through countless forms, would experience life in every angle, every touch, every feeling, and taste every experience. For eons, these fragments of God wandered, each one feeling itself isolated, as though it existed apart from the whole. They built worlds, civilizations, told stories, always searching, longing to be whole again. Through each life, each lifetime, they danced through the joy and sorrow of human experience, each step drawing them closer to awakening. And as they began to realize that there was something greater, something beyond the veil, they took one step closer to seeing the truth. Slowly, in moments of stillness or through acts of deep love, a spark of remembrance would flare within them. They would feel the interconnectedness of all things, a glimpse of the divine unity, that underlying existence. Each fragment, in its own way, remembers a sliver of its source. Through lifetimes of experience, through cycles of birth and rebirth, each fragment was getting wisdom, gaining insight, and inching closer to recognizing itself as part of God. And so, through this sacred game of hide and seek, God comes to know himself anew with each awakening, each realization, each act of love, is God finding himself in many forms he has taken. He is hidden presence in every face, every being, every atom. All the lives are a part of this divine dance, each one in God's journey to rediscover himself. In this way, God, who is all that exists, lives through us all. We are all his eyes, his hands, his voice. When we love, when we seek, when we awaken, we are part of God's own journey to know himself, to experience the infinite in every finite form. And one day, the game will reach its final stages, and all will return to the oneness that is God, who is and has always been all that exists. I wrote this, and it's my personal belief. This is why, in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, this is why the plural is used. And God said, let us create man in our image, and he created them. And it's because we were all there as one. And so I wrote this story to help explain. And unfortunately, I have to use time expressions and time limitations and things like this to convey the message, because I have the human mind limitation, and that's the only way to express these ideas. So it's just like when we dream or have thoughts, and try to imagine, if you imagine a baseball team and you create the characters one by one, now imagine one that's outside of yourself. You can't. You can't create one in your imagination that exists outside of your imagination. So there's only God, and this is just a story I wrote to help people grasp the idea. Thank you for checking it out. If you've hung with me this far, have a good day.